There.
So I can be in it.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. So, Ashley and Kevin here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in with us tonight. Really, we just want to go over last night's announcement about postponing the Las Vegas events in December and talk about how that will affect us locally. First, we want to say a lot of information is still coming in from the home office. If you didn't see it already, please go to the. Sorry, we're having a little bit of an audio. There we go. So last night they did a live stream. It's posted on the National APA Facebook page. If you haven't seen it, you should really go back and watch it. The guys from home office do a great job of explaining why and how they came to the decision to postpone and what the plan is for merging everything together to make next year the biggest tournament that the APA will, I think, ever host. Um, we know this announcement has raised questions. We have weekends upon weekends of tournaments coming up to qualify teams to go to Vegas. So we want to share what we know so far. To get right to the point, this will not change anything locally in the near future. Here in the office, we're business as usual. We're completing the 2020 pool year. We're still going to qualify 2 teams in 8 ball, 2 teams in 9 ball from the 2020 pool year to win a trip to out to Las Vegas to go and play in the World Pool Championship. The postponement will only change when you go to Las Vegas and how large that event is going to be while you're there. This, as I said, will be the largest event that they'll ever run, and I believe they're going to have the Guinness Book of World Records out there to come and break their own record. So it really will be an event to be part of. We know there's a lot of questions. We probably haven't thought of all of them yet, but we want to go over 3 main ones that we know are going to come up. First question, what will happen if our team goes up in skill level and we can't play under the 23 rule out in Vegas? We're a little bit less than a year away, but we all know that people get better. The tournament team in St. Louis has emphasized to us that they are going to work with each and every team on a case-by-case basis. They're going to ensure that you guys can play in Vegas as a team. We do not have a blanket answer to this question, but as teams get qualified for Vegas, we're going to sit down and review your roster. We're going to start talking with the tournament team, and we'll just kind of start planning ahead for anything that might happen, just so everybody knows what to expect. The next question is, what if our team wins this year and wins again next year? It's a good question, and we get it. If you win this year and you're already going to Vegas in 2021, what's the point for competing for another trip on 2021? So the best reply we have is extra money. If you win 2 years in a row, you're going to get an upgraded Vegas experience and you're going to get cash for each player. So you'll have a lot of extra spending money while you're out competing in the World Championship. The final question that we thought of is, will the team or players have to stay active the whole time? In reality, this event is less than a year away. Our current session is now through November. Our next session, which will be the spring 2021, is December through April. In normal times, the players on a team would need to stay active, but they wouldn't actually have to stay on the same team together. If you guys are not staying active, I know that there are some workarounds. These are workarounds that we've already come across with this year. So again, it's going to be a case-by-case basis. Short answer is no. You do not have to stay active. We hope that you want to stay active. We hope you enjoy playing League Night. But in the end, there is going to be a time frame that you can take a break as long as you're back by a certain time. We'll get all those dates nailed down. We'll make sure everything's out in writing so everybody has a clear picture of what your eligibility requirements are. A majority of the questions right now are hypotheticals, and we could sit here all day and think about 100 what ifs. We cannot answer a majority of the hypothetical scenarios, so please don't get frustrated if we can't give you a definite answer right away. We're still getting information in from home office. If you have a suggestion or if you have an idea, please share it with us. We've set up a keyword. Basically, if you text the word request to 407-801-5386. That's going to prompt you with a couple questions, and we will get that so that we can take in the request and probably consider that when making decisions. You okay?
I'm perfect. I'm answering questions.
So with all that said, we're currently on the eve of a back-to-back highly competitive tournament weekend. Our focus is here and now. We want to address all the questions that you have about these events, but we ask for patience, and we are waiting for information so that we can have answers ourselves. The national office is getting us as much information as they can, as fast as they can, and as always, we will pass that along to you. So on to the next fun part of the conversation. If you have already qualified for Vegas through a Scotch doubles, a Jack and Jill, a team captains, or a ladies event, we have you covered. You all receive additional information for the new dates that will be the trips for next year. Your qualification is going to go into the 2021 year. If your skill levels go up, just like everybody else, we're going to sit down, we're going to get with the Vegas event team, and we're going to work out a way to make sure that you guys get your fair shot in Vegas. If players qualify again for the same event in 2021, that team or player will receive an upgraded Vegas trip with extra spending cash while they're out in Vegas. Masters North and Masters South are getting ready to play for Vegas next weekend. This has not changed. You will have the same deal as every other team and every other event. If you win this year, you'll be set to go to the 2021 event in August. If you win again for the 2021 event, you will receive the upgraded Vegas experience. You'll get some extra cash for spending, and it will be hopefully one of the best trips that you have ever had out there. This weekend, we have best of the rest. If your team is currently qualified, please make sure you've reviewed your bracket. The printed time is the start time of that tournament event. The practice tables will be open 1 hour ahead of the printed start time. The doors will open at 10 a.m. at both locations for 8-ball on Saturday and at 10 a.m. for the 9-ball on Sunday up at Fat Cats. Both days are going to be 2-round single elimination tournament with the winners advancing to the World Qualifier in September. The September tournament dates have not changed. The teams that are currently qualified for the World Qualifier are still qualified. If anything, question-wise of eligibility, we just want everybody to look back at your spring roster. Any player that played at least 4 times in your spring roster and has at least 10 lifetime matches by the end of our Best of the Rest tournament this weekend will be eligible to play with your team. These rules are the minimum rules that are set in place so that we can maintain the integrity of the event. If you have questions on eligibility, if there's a player printed that's not eligible, we ask that you call us as soon as possible. The more notice we have, the better we can react to it. Is there anything that I'm missing in the comments, questions, or you got it?
Is this here for a reason?
Oh, so that kind of covers everything that we are going to go over today, the main updates for Vegas. Local events not changing, still business as usual as far as the schedule of tournaments, still qualifying teams to go to Vegas. Obviously going to send you guys out there a little bit later. I wanted to call to attention the team envelopes that we have. These are the new team envelopes this year. On the front, we've printed the save the dates, and we have the QR code for our calendar. Kevin, you trying to get in on this? The save the dates are going to have your general information for the session play dates, your LTC for Vegas, and your Vegas trip information. Your MVP tournament, captain, co-captain, doubles, anything that we think you might want to put on your calendar. If you are not a cash carrier, we have set up Zelle. At the very bottom is our email that is connected to our Zelle account. Zelle is a bank-to-bank transaction. It is one of the more secure, and it's something we're trying to get everybody to. This is the new official team manual. This week, every team will have one of these in your envelope. There's 3 main changes to this, and it's all printed out on a little slip for you guys to bullet point it. Number 1, your team only has 1 minute to get a player to the table. Number 2, the senior skill level rule has copied over to 8-ball. Before it was only a 9-ball. And the third thing is only regards to Vegas, really, about males. They cannot play any lower than a skill level 2 in 8 ball or 9 ball. With this being the beginning of our brand new pool year, even though we skipped summer session, fall is our first session of the 2021 year. Our bylaws have been updated. The only big change that I think anybody will notice is the bye points. Every session and every division, the bye should be equivalent to 60% of the total points available. We realized that with bonus points that were going in, it was actually awarding too many bonus points or too many points for a bye than what was recommended. We have corrected that going into this next year. So please be mindful of that. There were a few things that were removed from the bylaws because they were added to the official team manual. And besides that, the rest of it is really just a few verbiage things that if you want me to highlight every single change, I'm more than happy to send you that copy. So anything that you want to say there, Boo?
Hey, everybody. I look forward to seeing everybody this weekend. Good luck to all the teams competing the best of the rest. Then the next weekend is the Masters Championships and then the World Qualifier. So it's going to be a tough 4 weekends coming up, but we'll get through it.
Yes, it will. Kevin will be at Mad Hippo tomorrow live streaming the event. I will be up at Fat Cats. The internet there is not 100% connected yet, so we did have some issues last time. I'm not expecting to live stream, so tune in and watch Kevin. He's a great commentator. All right, good night, guys.
Good night.